skyline of Denver, Colorado is our backdrop tonight. Greetings, everyone. 2K Sports brings you the NBA. Along with Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and our sideline reporter, David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. We've got the Boston Celtics and the Denver Nuggets. They're still compensating for the loss of Paul Millsap.
And that news, Kevin, means this team faces a tough challenge. The production's going to be missed, and it's not a problem that you can just wave a wand and make go away. This is when everybody on that bench has to really band together.
Well, obviously difficult to replace his production. They're not going to do that, but impossible for them to replace his leadership qualities.
And as things get ready to roll, let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's on the sideline. David?
Well, thanks very much. Now, after the Nuggets added Nikola Jokic to the starting lineup, they finished the 16-17 season as the best offensive team in basketball. Now, last year we saw some regression, but this is still a young team that's learning how to play together and trying to climb the ladder of a very competitive Western Conference. Evan?
A team on the rise, DA. We'll see. Some incredible athletes in this one, Brent. Defensively, what does it take to stay in front of somebody who's got that kind of explosive ability?
For me, a small prayer. For other guys, it's knowing time, space, distance to make sure that you can collect anybody's first move. As you know, Kevin, you can't be thinking out there. If you're caught thinking, especially defensively, you get to read the back of the jersey of the guy you're guarding quite often. Can't happen here tonight.
And it can take your mind off of the other things you've got to do.
Well, yeah, that, and then you're always using one key phrase, which coaches talk about in practice.
Yeah.
Help.
Oh, yeah.
I need help.
Help. So let's take a look at the Boston Celtics starting lineup. Filling out the wings, it's Brown and Hayward. Jason Tatum is out there with Horford, and it's Irving in at the 1 spot. Now, here's Jokic. Following the miss by Kyrie Irving. Can't connect from short range. Brown the pass to Tatum. It's stolen by Wiles. And here comes Harris leading the fast break and finished off by Porter.
Is continuing to develop an overall game that was evident coming into the league. Gary Harris getting better at spotting the open man.
Now here's Tatum. He had 28 points in the win against Indiana.
I also thought he did a tremendous job in terms of timing in that game, swatting away some shots. Ended up with 3 blocks in that game.
Porter with it. Picked up by Brown. Got that one up quick. Porter's got his second bucket of the night.
And guys, he has all the makings of an elite scorer. Porter combines size, athleticism, and terrific shot-making ability. That is rare.
Now, here is Irving. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against the Pacers in Indianapolis.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Back to Porter, and stolen by Horford. There's the lob to Brown. Jokic with the steal. Now here's Thomas. 17 points for him last game against Utah. Pass to Wiles. On the wing, Porter. Denver passing it around. For 3, Harris. And no good. And it's Boston the other way. And going against Denver, their first meeting of the season.
And last season, they made short work of this club. 2 games, 2 wins.
Sort of representative of how they each finished the season. One a playoff team, the other on the outside looking in. I think things may play out the same way this year, too.
And the dunk by Lyles.
This guy is a beast on the board.
And when he gets those second chance points, GA, he does not waste one of them.
Well, you love the NBA, but some of these guys have the DNA. He also outworks everybody. Filthy combination.
And Gary Harris is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Three-pointer, Hayward.
An active player who just takes pride in his defense. Porter is solid at contesting shots with that reach.
Here's Wiles, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It goes on Jason Tatum. And you look at the all-around game of Trey Lyles. Brent, effective and efficient.
Had a great stretch last year with the Denver Nuggets. A good shooter and a good rebounder. Not quite sure about what position that he plays, but still adding some strength and a solid contributor. He could have an extended 10 or 12-year career if he finds the right fit.
And the first one at the line is good. No good on the second free throw.
You think back to Trey Lyles, forever linked to Donovan Mitchell. They were involved in that draft day trade, and of course with revisionist history, people look at that much differently. Obviously Mitchell came out and was on fire, while Lyles has shown a little bit more steady improvement and being patient and waiting for his time.
And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Lyles. And Gary Harris is going to pick up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. And getting back to the Lyles-Mitchell trade reminds me of when George Hill was traded by the Spurs for Kawhi Leonard, who had been drafted by Indiana.
Yeah, it's always tough to be associated in a deal where that player goes on to immediate stardom and you're still trying to find some footing. And now Lyles was traded along with that draft pick for Mitchell, so the deal wasn't just 1-to-1, but it's a trade that certainly people will remember.
And that one's good. Irving.
Nice mid-range J. Automatic, it looks like, for Kyrie Irving right now.
Thomas kicks to Jokic. Porter with the screen for Thomas. To the right side. Barton in the corner. 5 to shoot. Poked away and stolen by Horford. The shot by Hayward, wide open. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Hayward's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Porter against Hayward. Looking to end the run. Porter passes to Lyles. To the inside. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. For the 3. And again, Denver no good. The Celtics have gone 4 of 10 shooting the ball here in the first quarter. Unloads from 13. Moves back up. He can't get it to go. Great D that time from Thomas. Jokic kicks to Barton. Thomas passes to Barton. Back to Thomas. Lyles hits a screen for Thomas. Lyles with the screen. 4 on the shot clock. Jokic with the screen on Tatum. From deep. It's hauled in by Brown.
He has got a lot of confidence in his game. You have to if you think you can knock one down from there.
Yeah, and let's not get on him too much, but that shot is also a little irresponsible.
Timeout is called, first of the game for the Nuggets. And Jaylen Brown was given quite the compliment on his game from Draymond Green, who felt, Greg, that Brown was good enough to be an all-star.
Yeah, you know, I don't know if I'd be fully on board with that assessment in terms of last year, but I do think he's well on his way to becoming an all-star. His scoring and offensive impact continues to grow each year, and he's shown a great knack on the defensive side as well. Terrific two-way player. The sky is the limit. And checking out some numbers for Irving. He's coming off an excellent season. 7th in free throw percentage, And, of course, he was among the best in the league when it came to putting the ball in the basket. Top 10 in scoring.
And again, you gotta love his commitment to excellence. He owns the free throw line. It's truly an impact part of his game. Now, here's Jokic. 11-point game his last outing. They need this one. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And for Jokic, just keeps getting better, Brent, but always stays very grounded in terms of his personality.
Yeah, I think his brothers had a lot to do with that. You just don't see the big ego coming out of him. In fact, you see a guy who's enjoying the game. He smiles, he's laughing with teammates, he enjoys being with this group and around this coaching staff. And he went as far as to say that he plays every game as a game of pickup basketball in his hometown.
2 shots.
I need to travel over there and get in that game.
The first one falls.
Well, the 6'10" Serbian Jokic is doing a little bit of everything. A decent scorer, a determined rebounder, and, of course, an elite passer.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Already, Brent, we've seen a changing of the guard of some teams where a new player is now the #1 option.
Well, I expected that this year we were going to have some of this take place. A lot of the reason why I would point to it is that you had 9 new coaches in the NBA this year. So there's going to be opportunity on some of those teams for somebody to take advantage of a new offense, a new way to play, a new way to get up and down the floor. And with that opportunity, some guys are taking full advantage of it.
I love the new opportunities, though, for some players that may have been pushed to the side a bit.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And I like the opportunity maybe for some of these teams to start changing some of the older guard with their squad. Maybe come trade deadline. I think this year there's going to be a lot of movement come February because of those coaching changes.
Now Hayward. After Isaiah Thomas missed from long range. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Interesting, Kevin. I got drafted by the Nuggets, never played there. They drafted me 15th overall back in the 1995 draft and then shipped me out. I would have been a much better skier, by the way.
First one falls for him. And Brent, I'm thinking back to that trade. The Nuggets were moving up to select Antonio McDyess.
Yep, McDyess went #2 overall and obviously went on to have a pretty stellar career. And Rodney Rogers and I went to Los Angeles, where I got a lot of early minutes in my rookie campaign. So interesting trade on draft night.
And so he hits both.
And the vertical that Brown has is pretty impressive, as relentless a finisher as you'll find in our league.
Thomas against Irving. Left side, Thomas. It's stolen by Brown. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. And the dunk by Brown.
And Brown runs the floor like a freight train. At 225 pounds, he's a mammoth that wrecks defenses in transition.
Now here's Thomas. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking. Thomas against Irving. Yep, it counts. Irving's got his second basket.
Well, Kyrie has so many layers to what he can do to you offensively. Loves pulling out the soft and delicate floater.
Now, here's Jokic. The fadeaway. It's not going to go for him. Good work defensively by Horford. Irving passes to Horford. Chalk up 2 there. And now it's a 9-point Celtic lead.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Denver calls timeout. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
A different look for Denver. Mason Plumlee's checked in for Jokic. Hernan Gomez comes in for Trey Lyles, and it's Beasley in for Porter. Then for the Celtics, Marcus Morris is checked in for Jason Tatum. Smart comes in for Brown. And Terry Rozier subbed in for Kyrie Irving. And pushing it up, here's Boston. Here's Hayward, and Hayward at the stuff.
Starting to surge here, and we're only in the first quarter.
And I'm loving what I'm seeing, the passion that they're playing with up and down the floor.
Now here's Beasley. He's coming off a 16-point game against Utah. Here's Thomas. Here's Plumlee, and it's sent back by Horford.
Al Horford positioning himself perfectly and swats that shot away.
Celtics leading by 9. Rozier kicks to Horford. Passes to Morris. Here's the 3. Hits it from three-point range.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Now here's Barton. Not too proud of his numbers in that game against the Jazz, that's for sure.
Well, Will Barton always going full speed. That time finds a bullet pass to a teammate.
Boston's gone 3 of 4 on three-pointers in the first quarter, doing well from long range. Horford with a screen on Thomas. Plumlee against Horford. Here's Smart. Off the mark and a bad shot there. The Nuggets trail by 10. Barton passes to Hernan Gomez. That one's off. He starts the game with a miss. So it's the Celtics now. Right side, Smart. And there's a whistle. That goes on Hernan Gomez. That's his first foul. Torrey Craig, he's checked in for the Nuggets. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for the Celtics. Daniel Tice comes in for Gordon Hayward.
A little over aggressive. He's got to dial it back if he wants to stay on the floor. 2 fouls in the first. Tough to overcome.
Austin shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night. That one is off. Brent, we have so much talent in this NBA beyond the superstars of that category. Who are some of your favorite players to watch?
Well, I'm thinking about last season and some of the great storylines that came out. Quinn Cook for the Golden State Warriors,
yes.
who earned a contract as a two-way player. I mean, did an unbelievable job stepping in and playing backup minutes. You know, Dante Exum's late season return to the Utah Jazz and what he did defensively for them in the playoffs. Even a guy like Jared Allen, who had a great year in Brooklyn for the Nets, an opportunity to play at center as a rookie, getting 21 starts. You know, those are the kind of things where you just have aha moments and you want to follow a guy and see how he impacts his ball club as the season moves on.
Great list.
Well, the other one I might put in there, Kevin, is who doesn't love Boban?
We all love him. Plus, he's going to be a movie star.
He's going to be a big star.
He's a big star. Down low, here's Plumlee. Baines with the block. Here's Tice. Got a piece of it. From deep. Now on the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
Man, they are doing some damage from deep.
It is brutal to try and match up on the perimeter with a team that is this hot.
Here's Craig. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Plumlee with a screen on Smart. Here's Beasley. And another miss by Denver.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss.
Shot is good off the back rim and in. Morris has got 6.
And from the opening tip, they've just crushed it. You see it now on the scoreboard.
Just incredible flow offensively. Everyone's doing their part. Let's see if they can sustain this early momentum.
Plumlee, no luck.
And he completely threw the timing off on that jumper. That is how you D up.
Playing with tremendous aggressiveness without fouling. That's an excellent job.
Now, here's Rozier. He picked up 15 points in their last win against Indiana.
And forcing the miss there, he just knows how to pressure you defensively.
You hear a lot about rim protection. This is a good example of how valuable it can be.
Stolen by Smart. Here's Tice. It's deflected. On its way from Beasley for 2. No good on the shot. A bit long that time. Boston leading by 16. And Baines kicks to Smart. Morris outside. Takes the 13-footer. That one doesn't drop. And so it's the Boston Celtics with a sizable lead as the quarter wraps up. They're ahead 16 points. They've kept the tempo quick and the defense on its heels, and it's gotten them up big. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. The Celtics have shown their toughness and their determination. Kyrie Irving talks about what he sees in his own teammates.
What's going to separate us is how close we are. And when we're in the trenches together, I'm looking to my left and to my right and knowing that these guys have my back.
They certainly do.
And the Celtics have assembled some hard-nosed, unselfish players. Really no better group for Irving to surround himself with.
Well, not exactly a close game so far, but as the second quarter starts here, plenty of time for a comeback. And a very convincing performance from the Celtics so far.
Aggressive defense in that first period. They forced several miscues.
You just start to wonder, how did we get to this score at the end of 1? I think those steals really established momentum in their favor.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. So on the floor for Denver, they've got Gary Harris. Beasley is out there with Plumlee, and it's Craig in at the 3. Now here is Harris. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Here's Tice. Good, and Smart gets the assist. And the Celtics lead by 20.
Didn't have any problem knocking that one down. Another defensive lapse leading to 2 more.
Plumlee with a screen on Rozier. Beasley, the pass to Plumlee. Plumlee with the screen. Here's Harris. Baines with the block, and he gets it back. And that one is good by Beasley.
Just like to see the defense get more aggressive. They are asking for trouble as they're giving up open looks to this point.
And such a great shooting stroke for Gary Harris. Brent, starting to become a guy who can create as well for others.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he has a score-first mentality, but he's capable of doing that, and he's really about the team. He really does whatever it is that the staff is asking of him. He's surrounded by some good young talent, and he seems to fit right in with everything that goes on top of the responsibilities that Mike Malone gives him.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal, and then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And, Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
Well, it fires up your teammates and the fans when you make plays like that out in the open court and explosive.
Jokic has checked in for Mason Plumlee. The Celtics also changing it up. Tatum, he's checked in for Daniel Tice, and Kyrie Irving subbed in for Rozier. Beasley against Irving. They get a hand on it. 6 on the shot clock. From the wing. No good off the front iron. Celtics leading by 21. There's the pick. Pass to Baines. Outside, Smart. From outside, off the mark.
He sunk that three in the first, but's yet to make another one.
And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Well, Jokic with great anticipation there, one of his better qualities as a passing big.
The Celtics have gone 4 of 6 from the field here in the second. Irving kicks to Morris. Irving against Beasley. In the corner, Tatum with it. Back to Irving. Fires for 3. He doesn't hit that one. Excellent D there from Beasley. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Jokic with a screen on Irving. And the pass to Jokic. Back to Beasley. There's a good screen. Over Irving. And Baines pulls it down. Baines has got his 4th rebound in this one.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
Now, here is Morris. He's got 6. Loses the defender with the screen and drills the jumper. Morris has got 8 points.
Yeah, gains separation by just working off the screen. Morris been around the block enough times to know all the angles.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, guys, Paul Millsap is an all-star forward whose dedication to the game is reflected in his year-to-year improvement. He said, "The drive to the gym is where I find my peace, getting my mind prepared. I come with the mindset of getting better. It's gotten me this far." Kevin?
He is a true professional. David, thank you. Catching up on the changes for Denver. Trey Lyles checked in for Hernan Gomez. Porter comes in for Torrey Craig. And it's Isaiah Thomas in for Malik Beasley. The Celtics also changing it up. Al Horford, he's checked in for Aaron Baines. Gordon Hayward comes in for Morris. And Jaylen Brown subbed in for Smart. And here's Porter after Gordon Hayward hitting the 3. And Thomas has it in the corner. Basket is good. The assist from Harris. Harris has got 3 assists in the game. Last game for Boston, they picked up the W against the Pacers in Indiana. Picked by Horford. On its way from Irving for 2. And there are the Celtics with another basket.
Yeah, and their shooting really starting to pick up here in the second.
Thomas kicks to Jokic. Back to Thomas, and stolen by Irving. And now Horford pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
Terrific work there by Al Horford, getting close to the hoop, really forcing the defense to foul him.
It's his first trip to the line. The first free throw is good.
And if there was ever a guy who was more than what his stats say, it's Al Horford. Won't have nights where he drops 50 or carries a team with his shot blocking, but you ask anyone he's played with and they'll tell you he is a perfect teammate.
So Horford gets 2. And the big men who compete against Horford have nothing but respect for him, Greg.
Well, it is why he's been selected as an all-star by his peers and why guys like Embiid admire his game. I mean, Horford does all the small things on the floor you need as a big man. He's so humble. He just goes about his game and makes his team better in every facet.
Thomas against Irving. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. And with all the drama, Greg, that has followed Irving the past few seasons, he reached out to Kobe Bryant for some guidance.
And just like Irving and LeBron had to go their own ways, so did Kobe and Shaq. Very few players know what it's like to be in a situation like Irving, but Kobe's one of them. And Kobe gave Irving the confidence to not be afraid of standing out in his career decisions, and so far it's paid off handsomely.
That free throw good from Kyrie Irving.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
Both free throws good from Kyrie Irving.
Well, for so long, so many were wondering what Kyrie was thinking when he left Cleveland. What is clear now, though, is that Irving doesn't think about it and has flourished on his own. It seems that he really did just need his own team to become the player he's become.
And a dunk by Horford.
And how about that floor awareness there from Tatum? It does a good job of scanning the court and getting the ball to the open man.
Near the three-point line, it's Thomas. Again, the Nuggets score.
And defensively, you've got to make a greater effort working over the screens.
Yeah, it's a bit of a lazy play right there. You're hoping that the guy misses the shot without really doing your job in challenging it.
Now here's Irving, and he gets it to go. Irving's got 10 points. And for Irving, he has let more of his personality come out on and off the floor, Greg, now that he has his own team.
Yeah, it really does feel like we are watching a new chapter in Irving's development as a player. Still has the great shot and handles that make him so deadly with the ball. And just visually, while the leadership is also evolving, he just seems more in control of his game and even more lethal as a player.
Denver grabs the miss. Jokic has got his third rebound tonight.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
Porter, no luck. Boston's gone 5 of 9 when they put up the three-point shot tonight. And Tatum with the basket on the assist by Hayward.
And how about the decision-making by Tatum there? I mean, fantastic at just having a feel for what the defense is going to do and then creating the space there for the jumper.
Now, here's Lyons. He has 5. Harris outside. Shot clock at 5. Over Hayward. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. Boston's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Deflects the pass. Horford, no luck.
Wow, just in shock that he missed that layup. Not a lot of defense there.
Wasted no time on that one. Jokic has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Well, he made some kind of adjustment to his game after a poor first half, and he's been impressive shooting the ball during the second. Yeah, his shooting has been on target here in the second frame after not being able to get anything going in the first.
And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Think about Gary Harris and just how well-rounded this shooting guard is. A sound defender, good shooter, great slasher and cutter, provides some toughness, willing to do a lot of work. Sky the limit still here for Gary Harris.
Shooting 2.
That's good from Harris. The list of intangibles for Harris really goes on and on.
Yeah, no doubt he checks a lot of boxes. High basketball IQ, can play with or without the ball. Super competitive and just seems to step up in the clutch moments. Doesn't hurt a coaching staff to have multiple options. A guy like Gary Harris coming through in the clutch.
We have so many great point guards in the league right now, Brent. Which of them do you think does the best job of running the pick and roll?
I think Chris Paul still heads up the top of my list for pick and roll operators. He's so devastating and has been for his entire career. In the mid-range, just settling in at the free throw line and popping shots that seem effortless, and he's able to knock it down. Steph Curry is still at the point guard position, does so many unique things, Kevin, playing without the basketball and setting screens away from the ball to open up teammates, which eventually gives him opportunities to shoot threes. So divergently different, those two, but two of my favorites to watch. Now, his versatility on offense is so spectacular. He always finds ways to help put points up on the board.
And on the way from Irving for three. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Irving's got a couple of three-pointers in the second for the Celtics. Thomas against Irving. Tries again. Here's Lyles. Lyles, great positioning on the putback.
Continuing to show activity on the offensive glass. Second chance buckets have been huge.
Brown the pass to Horford. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. And that's 20 points for Kyrie Irving.
Yeah, it's not so much just the made shots, it's the consistency of the made shots that's got his team the lead.
Jokic kicks to Thomas. Here's Barton. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
And Will Barton looks comfortable there down on the inside with the shot.
Pass to Horford. Celtics passing it around. And that one's good, Irving.
Well, the O looks unstoppable tonight, especially because of that guy. He's just torching them.
Irving against Thomas. And it's Jokic in the corner to the inside. Lyles with the screen. And two free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It goes on Jason Tatum.
You know, Will Barton, think that this is a guy who came out of nowhere, but he was a five-star recruit back in high school. Interesting thing is that he has not grown all that much since his time in high school, but certainly his game has.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he makes the first. And, of course, Barton's second-round pick struggled early to find his niche in this game.
Yeah, another one of those guys that had to have a little bit of time in the developmental league in the first couple seasons. We're all about the learning process, and then, boom, the light goes on, the shooting starts to improve, he gets in the right system, he gets the right opportunity. He's been a very strong contributor ever since.
They've hit every one of their free throws here in the second quarter. Very important when you're trailing.
Offensive rebound. Tatum kicks to Smart. Rozier against Thomas. There's a good screen. To the inside, trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Here's Lyles. The shot, no good. Great D that time from Tatum.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger. That's their third straight make off an assist.
Now, here's Thomas. He's got 5. The Nuggets with another miss.
Well, his struggles are consuming the rest of the team here tonight. He's got to find his rhythm and find it fast.
And Harris wide open. He shoots. It's good from long range. Harris has got 8 points in the quarter.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
Rozier kicks to Tatum. There's the pick. Hayward passes to Tatum. Rozier with the ball. Now guarded by Barton. 6 on the shot clock. Hayward can't hit. Passes it to Lyles. The feed now to Thomas. It's rebounded by Tice.
Credit the defense, wisely avoiding fouling the shooter. Don't want to give up a personal there. And he made him attempt a difficult layup.
What a performance for Kyrie Irving. He has been the story for the Boston Celtics. What an amazing quarter. There was absolutely no stopping him. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks a lot. Kyrie, what were you all focusing on coming into the game tonight?
So I come out with a intense focus and intensity that other teams can't match. Just doing whatever it takes to keep our tempo. Guys are in a great rhythm when we have a great tempo. So just trying to get everybody involved and do whatever it takes to win.
Well, we'll see if you can keep playing at your pace in the second half. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Hey, it's good to have you back. You're watching the 2K Sports Halftime Show. This right here is Kenny the Jet Smith. This right here is Shaquille O'Neal. Me, I'm just Ernie. What a game it's been for Kyrie Irving. He ended up with 22 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist. His last game out, he was just not himself. But tonight, he has rounded right back into form with a very solid first half. Kenny, what's your take on Boston so far?
Well, the bench came in and helped them run away with this one. Tremendous job of getting loose, getting open, and drilling shots. You always want that spark off the bench, and these guys delivered.
And, big fella, let's get your thoughts on the Nuggets.
Their field goal percentage reminds me of Kenny's breath. Brutal. Not reading the defense, not getting enough quality looks. They need to make major changes because the system they ran in the first half was not working.
And that'll about do it as we get ready for the second half. Let's take you down to Kevin Harlan.
Shout out to my man Joel.
Joel, what up?
Welcome back to Denver, everyone. Traffic coming in and out of downtown Denver on this lovely night in the Rockies. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. You look at Kyrie Irving in this game, he has been everywhere.
Yeah, good things happen when you maintain composure. Their shot selection has been extremely disciplined.
Hey, Greg, is there a shot that he's taken that has been out of the flow of the offense? I don't think so.
Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game. Denver's gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. Second half underway. Here's who Brad Stevens got on the floor. Irving at point with Brown to his side. They're the backcourt. Hayward out there with Jason Tatum. And it's Horford in at the 5, roaming the paint. Last game for the Celtics, they pick up the win against the Indiana Pacers.
The fans certainly got their money's worth in that game. Boy, was that a battle, and it turned out to be a real gritty win for them.
Man, they had to scrape and claw just to get themselves back into the game and into overtime, but they really kept their composure in the extra 5 minutes, and it paid off for the win.
Denver shooting 33% for the night. That's a big thorn in their side right now. Thomas with the ball. Jokic with a screen on Irving. Here's Thomas. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
And it's been a tough past season and a half for Isaiah Thomas. Traded from Boston to Cleveland and then once again traded to the Lakers. Rare to see a guy get traded twice in a season following an MVP caliber performance like he had back in 2017.
The first free throw is good. And it takes a certain team for Thomas to fit in with well. Wasn't the case, though, with the Cavs.
Yeah, Thomas is a point guard, not a pass guard. He's a guy that's going to look to score more than anything else. And it didn't quite work with the Cavs, but you put him in an up-tempo offense, that young man can flourish. Still young enough and is with a team more suited, I think, for his skills now. I bet he has a big bounce-back year.
Now here's Irving. Kicks to Horford. Over Jokic. Porter pulls it in. Porter's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. And that one's good. Jokic.
Well, the confidence just keeps growing with Jokic and his shot. Pretty much ready to shoot as soon as it touched his hands.
Irving against Thomas. Hayward right side. Now the dish to Horford. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And an air ball on that one. Way off.
And they just cannot seem to get it going so far in this half, missing their first 3 shots.
Oh, Tatum in position. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Man, and Tatum gets up on these alley-oops, has a great grasp of when to attack and exploit the opponent.
And that was an unleashed chaos moment indeed. What a spectacular play, sponsored by Under Armour Hover Havoc. Celtics leading by 23. Inside. And the basket by Horford. Horford's got 11 points.
Weight room paying off, absorb the contact, and finding a way to get it done there.
For Denver, they've gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Here's Thomas. The shot from the low post is good. He's got 9. The Celtics have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. Irving kicks to Horford. Trying to find Irving. He's got it now. And let's see what Denver has coming up. On Wednesday, they'll be matching up against Mike Conley and the Memphis Grizzlies. Then on Friday, they'll tip off a homestand starting with the Brooklyn Nets.
And looking at the Bucks matchup, that's a contest that could easily go either way. Small mistakes could be the difference, and both teams will need to be at their best.
And that one misses.
And not much of a surprise there. Kyrie, one of the better free throw shooters in the game, and so hard to guard without fouling.
Juan Hernangomez, he's checked in for the Nuggets. Malik Beasley comes in for Harris. And the Celtics also making a change. Morris is checked in. Good on the second free throw.
And in the 2016-17 season, Kyrie hit better than 90% of his free throws. That is a terrific percentage.
Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. Kyrie Irving really making a difference here.
And he can't be stopped right now. The D looks like they're at a loss, and they have no idea how to contain him.
All right, a chance to check out stats for Horford. Good season for him last year. Averaged about 13 points a game last season. 7 rebounds and 4 assists. And every team needs a good backup big to spell the starters, and that's what he brings to the table.
The role consists of rebounding, setting screens, protecting the rim. Anything else he gives you is found change in the couch.
He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. And he's on his way to the free throw line.
How about the body control that time of Kyrie Irving? Absorbs the contact, stays focused, not going to be denied down there.
He's gone 3 for 4 from the line.
One shot.
And that one falls for Irving. Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. Outside Thomas. He kicks it to Beasley. Pass to Jokic. The fader. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. Jokic has got 4 points now in the quarter. Irving up top. He's guarded by Thomas. A nice shot by Irving.
Feels like Kyrie locked in right now. No let up in his offensive attack, and he's hot.
Beasley the screen. Thomas kicks to Beasley. The pass to Jokic. And it's sent back by Horford. And he recovers it.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Here's Jokic. Drains it from beyond the arc. Jokic has got 15 points.
And his teammates have to step up just a little bit more. He's been lights out. Needs a bit more support.
No good from Irving.
And you know what? You can't get a better screen. Frees him up beautifully, but he just fails to capitalize.
Oh, man, he'd love to have that one back. He just does everything right, but doesn't get the finish.
It's tipped. And out of bounds as the Celtics gain possession. With a break in the action, let's show you the teams with the most second-chance points last year. The Nuggets third.
That's an effort stat for me. I mean, it shows you how hard this team works in the paint. They continue to pound the backboard.
Boston leading by 22. Tatum dishes to Irving. Back to Tatum. Morris passes to Tatum. Horford sets a screen for Tatum. Boston, no good that time either.
And listen, you can't design a play any better to get a look that good. Just couldn't knock it down.
The best players know that is going to happen, and you just can't let it get into your head. That's a shot that you want to take.
And here's the fast break. Porter leading the way. Outside for Thomas. Some solid defense there from Irving. Boston's gotten off 12 shots from beyond the arc tonight, hitting 7 of them.
And Tatum, good at shooting when he's in rhythm, measuring shots as soon as that pass touches his hands.
Thomas against Irving. Thomas passes to Beasley. And there's the foul. It's on Jaylen Brown. That'll be his second foul of the game. The Nuggets making a switch here. Craig's checked in. The Celtics also with a sub. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Tatum. So it's Denver now. Here's Craig. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Clock at 4. Over Irving. And an air ball on that one. Way off. Releases. Fires the jumper from the corner and nails it.
Well, he's got a baton in the right hand as he's orchestrating what's going on. A maestro, if you will.
Morris against Porter. It's stolen by Morris. And up the court come the Celtics on the break. Horford's got the ball, so the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
All right, a chance to look at the stats for Nikola Jokic. Great showing for him last season. 9th in rebounding, and his passing skills were on full display all year. He ranked among the top 15 in assists.
He was a top 10 rebounder last season for good reason.
Take a break.
He's an incredibly intense guy to compete with. And for a full game, too. I mean, just nonstop. And the first one drops.
Yeah, and of course, Marcus with a twin brother, Markieff, went to college together, played in the pros together. You'll have a hard time finding a closer pair of siblings.
Here's what Denver's going with right now. Plumlee comes in for Jokic, and it's Will Barton in for Porter, and then for Boston. Daniel Tice is checked in for Horford. Smart comes in for Brown, and it's Rozier in for Irving. Barton against Rozier. Craig passes to Hernan Gomez.
You gotta love his aggressiveness to finish inside.
Well, his leaping ability gives him a great advantage. Smart kicks to Rozier. Drops in the layup for 2. Rozier's got his second basket of the night.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring, and this one couldn't have been any easier.
Well, on the defensive end, this is a joke. The lack of awareness is exactly why this team is so far behind.
Barton, and Barton throws it down.
Oh, yeah, sure, Will Barton, you could have laid that one in, but why? People pay tickets to see that kind of stuff.
Beasley against Smart. Morris a screen to the inside. Beasley with the steal. Barton right side, and Barton throws it down.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And, Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
Well, it fires up your teammates and the fans when you make plays like that out in the open court and explosive.
And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2.
And no doubt that Marcus Smart is one of the better defenders at his position. Quick feet are complemented by that strong frame, and he just digs in and against would-be scorers and just never lets them get comfortable.
Shooting 2.
The first one falls. And Greg was smart. When he's off the floor or injured, you notice just how it changes the team's defense.
Yeah, I mean, the defense overall just seems to have less bite, less edge, less toughness without Smart. And the way he plays, you feel like he is looking to make a play on defense rather than just trying to slow his man down. Great at taking charges and forcing turnovers. He is truly the catalyst of their defense.
But they get it back.
Yeah, maybe a little luck, maybe a little bit of heart. Both of those at play here. He's getting every offensive rebound.
Hernan Gomez passes to Harris. The second chance effort, and the jumper is good. Harris has got 10 points. Celtics leading by 23. And here is Rozier. Now Hayward. It's deflected, and he gets it back. Another block.
All about timing. Will Barton, great job of seeking that one out and throwing it away.
Denver's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. On the wing, Harris. Rozier defending. Harris against Rozier. Plumlee dishes to Harris. 3 on the clock. The tray. Al Horford with the rebound.
Yeah, the defense there in chill mode. We all know he can burn them from three-point range.
Harris against Rozier. Morris outside. Pass to Smart. Shoots over Barton. And it's Denver with the rebound. And following this game, they'll challenge the Grizzlies on the road at the FedEx Forum in Memphis. That will be a getaway game for them, a one-game road trip.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Here's Rozier, following the basket by Mason Plumlee. Smart on the wing. Hands it from downtown. Smart's got 4 points now in the quarter. Denver's gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight, 5 of 12. Harris kicks to Hernan Gomez. Beasley outside. Pass to Barton. Plumlee with a screen on Smart. Down low, and it's slammed in by Plumlee.
He is a great leaper for his size and gets off the floor so quickly, sneaks behind the defense for that alley-oop.
Rozier the pass to Hayward. Celtics passing it around.
And Gordon Hayward is a player who's always found a way to add something to his game. Now he feels comfortable going at a defense either inside or out. Great strength when attacking the rim and can shrug off those defenders.
That one is off. And Greg, you mentioned Hayward's strength. That and his ball fakes seem to be not as recognized as they should be.
Yeah, I think Hayward has one of the better pump fakes in our league. Great deception with inside-out dribbles to create space. And the things he does well aren't immediately apparent, but Hayward's terrific fundamentals are what make him a great scorer.
And seeing Gordon Hayward out there, you have to be glad that he was able to recover the way he has from that devastating injury on opening night last season.
And I remember your call of the moment, Kevin. The whole NBA world just was shocked on that opening night. As bad as it looked, it seemed to be clean enough to where Hayward won't have any lasting issues with it. The rehab obviously wasn't easy, and I'm sure Hayward is just thankful that he's been able to come back completely from that injury.
Man, if he's missing those kind of good looks, his team is in some serious trouble.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Denver's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Barton kicks to Lyles. They set the pick. Dishes it to Harris. Barton outside. Just 5 on the clock. It's deflected. And here comes Hayward, leading the fast break. And again, Boston with the triple.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
There's 21 seconds left here in the third quarter. Here's Juan Gomez. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give them 2 chances at the free throw line here. The Nuggets have gone 9 of 10 from the line, so making the most of their chances. The first free throw is good. So he picks up just 1 from the line that time. Smart against Barton. Smart kicks to Rozier. Hayward from outside. He got it up that time, but it wouldn't fall for him. What a performance for Kyrie Irving. He has been the story for Boston, and his big game just keeps getting bigger. That quarter sees him get over 30 points. We'll return shortly. And meanwhile, Coach Brad Stevens talking to his team.
First things first down there, we're getting great looks. We've had back cuts that have been open. You guys have cut them, gotten good looks. Keep shooting with great authority.
Well, he's absolutely loving the offensive execution.
Coach Stevens is really motivating this group right now. The offense looks like a well-oiled machine.
And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. Plumlee out there with Leiden, and it's Craig in at the 2-guard spot. That's the group on the floor for Denver. Here's Wanamaker. It's tipped. Vanderbilt, defended by Hayward, and that one is good. Here's Wanamaker. Williams a screen. Pass to Yabusele. And it's sent back by Plumlee.
Big athletic guys like Plumlee. Hard to get your shot over them before they can get their hands up.
Smart with the ball. Guarded now by Morris. Good on the triple.
And those aren't the type of three-point opportunities that you can allow in the NBA.
Plumlee with a screen on Smart. Here's Morris. Got a piece of it. And up the court come the Celtics on the break. Here's Williams. And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket.
Yeah, hard trying to keep Williams off the boards. He makes it a mission to keep possessions alive.
Morris inside. Guarded by Smart. Great positioning on the putback.
Oh, what terrific hustle. He's got a nose for the rebound.
Craig, he's ferocious when the ball goes up. Williams a screen on Morris. Smart kicks to Yabusele. The pass to Smart. 6 to shoot. There's a screen by Williams. Smart misses. Nuggets have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Pass to Leiden from deep. And the three ball is good.
The defense looked lost there. Get out your compass. No excuses. You got to guard the perimeter.
Picked by Williams. To the middle. A steal. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. Craig passes to Morris. They are now showing NBA games in virtual reality. You and I have actually seen some examples of that. They can recreate almost any angle. Have you gotten a headset?
I haven't gotten a headset, Kevin, but I have watched it. You and I have talked about it several times.
Many times.
It's an amazing experience, and it will only get better. But I really think about if I was a kid growing up in Germany or Italy, and I had an opportunity to pull on a pair of goggles and to watch the game's greatest players from a seat at half court or the cameras that they set up underneath the goal at either end. What a fantastic way to be enveloped by the NBA game.
It's a cool view.
It's a very cool view, and it's only going to get better.
Yeah. Jokic has checked in for Plumlee. Boston also with the sub. Daniel Tice is checked in for Gordon Hayward. Outside, Smart. Shot clock at 6. Williams, an amazing finish with a hand right in his face.
Showing that aggressive nature. Williams competes hard, doesn't back down, and he'll let his opponent know he's not afraid of the contact.
Here's Craig. There's the pick. Out to the right wing. No good from Leiden.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Right side, Smart. It's stolen by Morris. Passes it to Jokic. Kicks it to Morris. Pass to Jokic. Some nice ball movement by the Nuggets. Oh, tried to dunk it home, but drew the foul, and it'll go to the line.
Way to attack there and then create the contact.
The first one falls.
Well, with Jokic, even the organization admits when they drafted him, they did not envision this kind of production. I mean, really has been off the charts. You think about the trade that they made to clear the way for Jokic to be the defined center and what he's done with that. This team has been off to the races offensively with the way he handles the point center position.
And talking about Jokic, even his teammates are in awe, Brent, of his playmaking.
Yeah, even the veteran Mike Miller said last year that it's made the team so hard to guard because it's a weapon really that no other team has. And of course, we've seen great passers, Marc Gasol, DeMarcus Cousins. They have the ability, but the offense is not structured around the things that Jokic can do.
Here's Craig following the basket by Kyrie Irving. Leiden kicks to Craig. Rebound by the Celtics. Baines has got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Wanamaker, yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Wanamaker's got a pair of threes here in the fourth quarter for the Celtics. Denver's gone past the three-point line for 13 of their shots. They're 6 of 13. Jokic high post. Here's Craig. Gets to the corner and buries it. For Boston, they've gone 5 of 12 from the field entering the fourth quarter. Irving dishes to Morris. Back to Irving. Fires from the line. Here's Baines. And it's sent back by Jokic.
Deceptive reach from Jokic there, swatting that shot away, using those long arms.
Tice passes to Wanamaker. Inside, power down with both hands.
What elevation. He's a smaller but still determined big man, and he likes mixing it up with his impressive vert.
Morris kicks to Jokic. 11 feet away. That misses off the backboard.
And getting a hand in the shooter's face, locking down that in-between area.
Just taking on the challenge on every possession. I love defenders who give nothing away.
And the thing about Morris, doesn't have the big vertical, but tenacious once he gets around the rim.
Here's the screen. There's the pass to Craig. Now Jokic. He's covered by Irving. Here's Wanamaker. Pass to Irving. Well, we know that Dr. James Naismith came up with the idea when he was teaching at the YMCA. But as far as skill development, Brent, some feel that maybe in the skill category that the USA has fallen behind a little bit. Do you agree?
I think what the United States is doing on that level between your late grade school years and AAU programs in particular and your high school years, that they're trying to address this issue and get ahead of it a little bit. For years, there was a 10-year or 15-year gap about European players being schooled and being in institutions where they were basically young professionals from the age of 12 to 14 having school and basketball and being at a
Wow. Look out. Oh, here he comes, and there he goes.
Oh, look at him punish that rim. Passes it to Tice. He kicks it to Baines. There's a good screen. Wanamaker. And again, Boston with the triple.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Beasley outside. Pass to Morris. Back to Beasley. Fires from deep. Morris, no good.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Tice, no good. Denver's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Beasley outside. Morris passes to Beasley. Here's Craig. Just 5 to shoot. Jokic a screen. Craig, good.
Some guys just take pride in how they set screens. It might seem like a small part of the game, but as you saw there, it can have a huge impact in getting a shooter an open look at the basket.
Irving can't get it to go. Denver's gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Morris kicks to Beasley. Jokic on top, and the pass to Craig. Over Morris. Craig can't get it to go. Boston's gone 3 of 4 from downtown here in the fourth. Morris a screen to the paint. It's tipped. Tice passes to Wanamaker. Kicks to Baines. Nice ball movement by Boston. Jokic with the steal. Beasley with a clean look. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. Boston shooting about 43% here in the fourth quarter. Morris against Irving. There's a screen. Shot off the screen, and the shot goes down. Irving's got 12 points here in the second half.
Kyrie, again, off the screen, not being on the bounce, does a great job of setting up his feet to get to that shot.
Irving with the steal. Tice kicks to Irving. Back to Tice. Irving against Morris. Over to the wing. Back to Irving. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And good. Got the English that time as it falls. Irving's got 36.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Celtics.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And they took charge when it counted, and they'll be notching their 9th win overall.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Kyrie Irving.
And he was remarkable. Absolutely destroyed the opposition. Any matchup he had tonight, it felt like he was going to dominate.
And the first one drops. A different look for Denver. Plumlee comes in for Jokic. And it's Juan Hernangomez in for Leiden. That one misses. The 6'11" Mason Plumlee out of Duke, Greg. He's got a live body.
Very athletic, Kevin. His mobility enables him to defend smaller players on the perimeter. Offensively, he is a threat to finish at the rim.
Now, here is Irving. They set the pick. Pass to Tice. Inside. And Baines kicks to Irving. Back to Baines. Plumlee with the steal. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. And he got the whistle, so he'll have a 3-point play opportunity.
And finally hitting their stride. This is the run they needed earlier.
Well, easier to do once the game is on ice, as your opponent sometimes has a tendency to relax.
Free throw good, Hernangomez. 23 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And so the Celtics now can just hold on to the ball. Smart with the ball. And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Kyrie, we're at an early part of the season, but what did you want to accomplish tonight individually and in the team flow?
We just wanted to come out here and compete and get the win. We wanted to set a standard for ourselves. The most important thing was just coming out here and competing for my teammates and doing whatever possible to get this win.
And you all did that tonight. Thanks, Kyrie. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Brett Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our 2K Sports crew. We'll see you later.